Welcome to BackPackTrack, the solo travel podcast for people who think one backpack is a lifestyle. The thing I hate the most about Japan. And yeah, it's harsh. I know. And saying something like that sounds so ungrateful. I know this. And especially that I have the opportunity to live and study here. And living the dream of so many people who are all romanticized about Japan. I totally get it. I really understand, like, hey, she's crazy. Why do you hate stuff about Japan? Japan is great. I agree. But there are things, they're not that great and no one really talks about. And today I want to talk about one thing. It's literally just one thing that prevents me from staying here forever. This is the only reason and the thing I hate the most about Japan. So yeah, if you come to Japan as a tourist, and I think most of us start like this, Japan is amazing. Like, everything feels perfect, the food is great, the convenience. Oh my gosh, the convenience, especially when you're in big cities. And in this episode, always keep in mind, I talk about my situation here in Tokyo. Yeah, the convenience is just great. The cleanliness, amazing. Especially if you have been to other Asian countries. You will be like, wow! And even me, like, when I came here for the first time, like 7 years ago, crazy. I felt like, oh, it's so much cleaner than Europe. Crazy. I love that. And then in addition, you also have like the cute packaging, like everything. Like, you see, everything is designed with a lot of like attention to detail. It looks super cute, it looks nice, and yeah, it's just overall a great experience. And I haven't actually met one single person who said, oh, Japan was not that great. Everyone is just saying like, oh yeah, I fell in love immediately. It was just great. But here is the thing. The moment you stop being a tourist and you actually live here, the pink glasses fell off. At least mine fell off. Right now I'm wearing my black ones. Joke aside. No, I really mean it. Like, once you start living here, you don't romanticize everything and you just see things you usually don't see. And, for example, travel bloggers don't talk about this because, as it's said, they're just traveling. And, of course, every country has some things which are challenging, so there is no perfect country. At least I think so. But there are like more pros and cons, and like a few big cons about Japan is definitely their work culture. It's horrible. Like, overshift and overtime is actually expected, so it's kind of a standard. But this is not even a thing which bothers me the most, or which would prevent me from staying here forever. And also, the social rules are totally fine with me, and also the expectations were put in, also fine. Another tricky thing is also maybe the loneliness, because it can be very hard to connect with people. But even that, I think that's manageable, and if you're really outgoing and a personality, it's not a big problem. But there's one thing that generally bothers me the most. And I hate to say it actually, because I love Japan, and you might think I'm stupid right now, because the thing which prevents me from staying here forever is something very simple. It's because of fruits. Yeah. Maybe now you really think like, okay, girl, what's your problem? But no, the price of fruits is just fucking insane. It's nuts. And that's it, actually. That's literally the only thing why I would not live here forever. because the price of the fruits is just so insane. And the thing is, I love fruits. I eat them, or at least I was used to eat them every day. And here in Japan, fruits are not really handled as food. It's more handled as a luxury item. So it's not a joke when you go to like a family and or anyone invites you for dinner, and if you bring a honey melon, it's like a huge deal. Like, people are so grateful. And at the beginning, when I came here, I could not understand this, but the more I live here, I get it. I really, really get it. So, a lot of things are very expensive when it comes to fruit. So, there are always these small little boxes with a little bit of fruit salad. And they are usually more expensive than a full bento box, where you feel like, why is fruit more expensive than a whole bento? And if you have this fruit salad, it's not like a big thing. Or maybe I just eat a lot. I don't know. But I feel like, I want to eat more fruits. And I can give you actually a very good example. Like here, grapes, whysoever, are super popular. And here in Japan, this is really a thing. If you buy fruits, they look perfect. There is nothing wrong with them. And I don't know, one of my friends, she actually worked there in the fruit industry. And she was also saying that you have like insanely strong standards or high standards. So if, like, for example, a blueberry weighs not a certain amount of grams, they sort them out, even though it's a perfectly fine blueberry, but the standards in Japan are high. And so the grapes are also, I have never seen such beautiful grapes, not gonna lie. And they cost around 5,000 yen, like the special ones. And I feel like 5,000 yen, that's a lot. That's around like 27-ish euros, like $30. And for me, it would be edible in one row, but I don't know about this. But still, it's a lot of money, because usually I go to the supermarket and do my grocery shopping for even less than 5,000 yen. Like 1 week of shopping usually is for me something around 3,000 to 4,000 yen. So yeah, a little bit expensive. And with honey melons, it's the same story. Apples are also, they're like a little bit more like affordable, but also expensive. And maybe it's also just because I'm spoiled, because in Germany, fruits are very, very cheap. So for here, when I pay like something around 500 yen, I get maybe 2 apples here in Japan. But on the same time, if I go to Germany for the same price, I get 2 kilos of apples. And yeah, maybe I'm really spoiled there, but yeah. And before anyone says, are you seriously talking bad about Japan just because of fruits? Yes, I do, but no, I really do love Japan. I really, really do. But the fruit situation for me is rough. And especially, as I said, I'm just talking here about Tokyo. Probably on the countryside it's way cheaper, but here in Tokyo it's expensive. And for me, yeah, fruits are important. As you might know, like if you eat everything, it's not a big deal. I mean, yeah, fruits, whatever, you don't really need it. But for me, I am vegetarian, but I try to eat as vegan as possible. So fruits are usually a huge part of my diet. And now this all falls away, kind of. So the only fruits I treat myself kind of regularly is bananas and kiwis. And yeah, I don't know, I like it, but I also would like a little bit of a more variety. But okay, that's first world problems, I think, or just my personal problem. I don't know. And luckily, very luckily, vegetables are really cheap. So I eat a lot of these, but yeah, obviously vegetables are not as sweet as fruit, so yeah. I tend to eat more, chocolate and ice cream here in Japan because, I have a sweet tongue. I always need my, I always need my sugar. Yes, I know, very healthy. Anyways, sometimes there's actually one cheat code, one really good cheat code, and that is 7-Eleven. You probably all heard about this convenience store, and they have smoothies with real fruit. So, you buy frozen fruits, and they're in a special cup, and then you put it in a blender at the store, and then you get a fresh-made, more or less, smoothie. And it's all around 300 yen, which is kind of affordable, and this is how I get kind of my vitamins as well. And this is actually one of the things I think very interesting in general, because I ask myself, how do Japanese people get their vitamins if they don't eat as many fruits? And the answer is funny. It's very funny to me, especially since I'm like in this vegetarian vegan bubble. Yeah, the answer is supplements. Japanese people use drinkable supplements or pills, whatever, and it's completely normal. And I really think it's hilarious because every time when I say, I try to be as much vegan as possible, everyone is telling me, but supplements are so bad, they're not natural. And, well, I love it, because here in Japan, they just play the Uno reverse card, and everyone is drinking supplements. And it's normal. But yeah, that's aside. I think I have one funny side story, actually. So, 3 years ago, when I stayed a little bit longer for the second time in Japan, I went to a place called Sweets Paradise. And as the name maybe foreshadows it, Sweet Paradise offers unlimited sweets within a time, so you have a buffet of cake, ice cream, cookies, and you can also have a little bit of savory food, so it's literally, for me, heaven. I felt like, ice cream, yes. But here comes the clue. They also have a premium version, which is significantly more expensive, but this version includes fruits. And yeah. Back in the days, I thought, who would pay extra so much money for just fruits? I mean, I'm here for the sweets. Give me cake! And now, after almost living 1 year in Japan, I understand why people doing that. I get it completely. And because the premium option usually includes the expensive fruit stuff. I'm talking here about like the melon, the grapes, the strawberries, pineapple, like all the variety of luxury fruits. And yeah, it's so funny. I thought about that the last couple months, actually. I'm always like, I want to go. So I would go there not for the sweets. I would go there just to eat as much fruits as possible. I would ignore the cake with all my willpower. I mean, that's a little bit hard. And then I would just eat fruits because I want to have my vitamins. I would eat like a very happy, vitamin-deprived pig. Maybe an exaggeration, but yeah, I would. And guess what? I was thinking about that for so many months now that I was just like, you know what? Fuck it. it's the new year. I want to have like a vitamin boost start. So I went there. And I ignored literally all the sweets except for the ice cream. I had a little bit of ice cream, but I only ate strawberries, like literally mainly strawberries. I'm not a huge fan of melon, but strawberries and grapes. Oh my gosh. And I looked at the pictures, and here you can also see a little bit of, the experiences in Sweet Paradise. When I looked at on my picture, I was eating something around 42 strawberries at least. And then, like, I don't know how many stalks or piles of grapes and melon. So I really made my money worth. And I think at that point, the store did not make any money with me. Like, no. The price was 3,800. And I think I ate at least a value of 20,000 or 30,000 yen because I ate so much fruits. No cake, no cookies, just fruits. And I ate so much that after that I felt like, my belly. I felt like honestly pregnant. I looked like it. And I felt like, oh man, that was totally worth it. And finally, I got my vitamins. And I know it sounds so stupid, but this is also a thing why I'm saying that. Now you would be like, 3,800 is not that much. But if you get paid in yen, if you're like earning money with yen, it's a lot because, here the salary is kind of low. So I treated myself to this delicious, phenomenal meal. And honestly, if I stay here for a little bit longer, I actually think about going there again. Because the fruits, I need it. I would love to eat fruits every day, but unfortunately, I cannot afford eating, like, one package of strawberries every day. Because as I don't know, I didn't mention it, but like, a small package where there are like 6 strawberries in it, they're like 500 or 600 yens. And that's a lot, I think. So anyways, I went there and I was super satisfied. But I really have to say, if there's one thing I really hate about Japan, it's something a lot of people probably would not expect, but it's just a fruit situation for me. Maybe I need to check out, like, the countryside, but, if I stay here in Tokyo, I will not eat fruit every day. But anyways, next week, I'm gonna talk about the things I love the most in Japan to, bring the mood up a little bit. So, please check out next Tuesday. New episodes for my podcast are always coming on Tuesday. New vlogs are always coming on Saturday. And if you like the content and enjoy it, subscribe to the channel or just get a thumbs up or comments. And please let me know if you want to hear anything about Japan. I can cover the topic as best as I can, probably. So, thanks for listening, thanks for watching, and see you next Tuesday!